look, it's all about execution when you're at a top 5 level in the world.
0-0.
5 matchups on the PPA Tour between these two. Oh, cat and mouse to get us going here on Humana Championship Court.
Yeah, this will be a different brand of pickleball than the last few matches with a lot of massive passing shots. This will show the nuance to pickleball.
Beautiful inside out on that two-handed backhand. You've been talking about that a lot this morning. He's a good example of that development.
Yeah, that's been a couple years in the making, really.
Point.
And then goes inside out on the forehand side. It's a rematch of the Mesa quarterfinal that we saw back in late February between these two. Ben Johns cleaning up in 2. Let cord and a tough bounce for JW. Ben Johns on top by 3 early.
Yeah, Ben in the corners, full stretch, able to just get that ball down enough into the kitchen.
Feathery drop and the wind getting a hold of that one.
Yeah, you could see the wind blowing J-Dub's hair there a ton. It is moving out there. That ball sat up and just moved last second on him, dropped.
Oh, total deception from JW.
Not a bad play there to just rip it through the middle. Ben obviously guessing one way or another.
Jim Price, Ben Farmer, James Otto, our referee crew for this matchup. And JW Johnson on the board. Sorry, no.
4-0.
Late call there from Ben. Just out.
Good pressure to get the serve right back on the side of JW Johnson.
0-4.
Good leave there from Ben.
The only other match between these two last season, in addition to finishing touch from JW Johnson, excuse me, the only meeting last year from these two went to 3. JW Johnson forcing the issue, dropped it, but close.
Side out.
I was at the Florida Open in March.
4-0.
Oh, carving out that backhand roll is Ben Johns.
Yeah, he holds it to the last second there. He can go a variety of places there.
5-0.
Obviously down the line and cross, but the hold to the last, you have to make the decision.
Side out. Side out.
If you're JW, you're taking anything you can get right now.
0-5.
What a point from JW Johnson.
And that's JW at his finest right there. The cat and mouse, such good feel. And physically, I think he's underrated. Such an explosive athlete. Closes spaces so quick.
Side out.
That's what we talked about a couple points ago. Ben can hold that to the last second, can go down the line with it as well. That's what makes it so dangerous.
Oh, what an angle from J-Dub.
1-5.
Clean winner down the line for Johnson.
Found it.
I'd say so.
There was about a dime he had to put that on, and he did.
His hair blowing in the wind is also our wind marker here on center. Tough bounce.
Side out.
Good fortune there.
Side out. Two, 5.
Ooh, sneak attack. J-Dub with the flick of the wrist.
Yeah, unbelievable shot there. So physical to really get balanced, to lean into that kitchen.
3-5.
Smiling Georgia Johnson in the background. Mother Julie, also a prolific pro pickleball player.
5-3. Side out.
More of the same there from J-Dub. Ben not able to control that ball down into the kitchen.
3-5. Side out. Five, 3. Side out.
Nice little head fake there from J.W. Johnson. Got Ben leaning towards the middle. Little poke to the outside there.
Side out.
J.W. trying to get the hop to see if the ball would go over the net. Not quite.
5-3. Side out. Timeout server, 3-5, 1 minute.
J.W. Johnson will call an offensive timeout to regroup in a 2-point hole.
Just to break the momentum. Both guys really not able to create offense right now, stuck on their respective serves. So let's take a timeout, regroup, see if just a break in the momentum can change the fortune.
That's the voice of Matt Manassi. Busy weekend for you, busy weekend for Ben Johns. He had a fun event this weekend here in Austin. How did Ben Johns fare against the celebs?
He did quite well. I should have probably attacked his partner a little bit more. It was myself and Andy Roddick against Ben and Amazon Pharmacy VP John Love. And Ben did quite well. He was attacking Andy at will. Andy did great all weekend as well, but it was just fun to have Ben out there. Colin was out there. Hannah in attendance as well. So lucky that the PPA Tour kind of handed us the Johns siblings for the weekend. And I did get singles point on Ben on return that I needed to take the crown for Team Roddick.
I was just going to say, it sounds like you're throwing your partner under the bus there.
No, Andy did great.
Saw Andy chirping Ben for not having shoelaces on. Nice finishing touch there for J.W. Johnson. Back within 1. Good timeout called.
Maybe my dinks were too high. That was what it was.
Hey, that's why we put you in the booth this time, okay? Just kidding. J.W. Johnson on the run to tie it at 5. That's the advantage of the offensive timeout, as you pointed out.
5-5.
Oh, a nice ATP from J.W. Johnson.
And these two play so similarly. They're both really trying to create the same exact play, a lot of drops.
And J.W. Johnson, you mentioned, puts in so much time with his physical fitness. You can tell that lateral mobility paying off with his movement, such fluidity at the kitchen.
Yeah, spends a lot of time in the sand in South Florida. Really great for the mobility.
Not a lot of extra movement. Very efficient. That's too good from Ben Johns, twice to the inside out well.
6-6. Side out.
One of the best backhand flicks in the game. Can really go anywhere with it, creates such angle.
6-6. Copyrighted shot, right?
It's so good.
Side out.
I think that's what people notice about J-Dub first, is that backhand flick. Everyone wants that shot. So much wrist action, so much strength in the forearm.
Side out. 6-6. Side out. 6-6. Point.
Good deep return there. I was wondering if he's going to change where he's serving. He has been serving a lot to the forehand, but there got, I think, the depth he wanted on that ball.
Side out.
Flick at the wrist that time. Down the line.
6-7. Side out.
Back. Winner of this one will play Hayden Patrick or Jack Sock, by the way, in the semis.
7-6.
That'll be a fun part of the draw to follow. Wow. Such trickery from J.W. Johnson. Can't execute it. How about that spin?
Circle that. I mean, Ben, just unbelievable to get that many balls back in play.
How does he hit that shot? So J.W. inside in on the backhand.
Side out.
Ben clearly frustrated there after playing such a great point. Following it up with a shot drop miss in the net.
Side out.
So much action on that ball cross court. Just so hard to set your feet.
8-6. Point. Nine, 6. Point.
Game point. Ben Johns.
10-6. Point game, 11-6, Ben Johns.
Will close it out, 11-6. It was close, and then Ben does what Ben does and pulls away.
The official ball of the PPA Tour.
New ball. Game 2 time in. 0-0.
Ben Johns, dominant indeed, and applying a lot of pressure here to J.W. Johnson.
Point. One zero. Point. Two zero.
Oh, looked like that was an out ball. And no good deed goes unpunished. That ball looked well wide from J.W. Johnson. Let's have another look.
About 2 or 3 inches on that return.
0-2.
Nice finishing touch. Would have been a cool ATP if he got it.
Point.
And then came back to bite him. J.W. Johnson rips one down the line.
That'll give him some confidence, able to swing out on that forehand.
1-2. Side out. Two one. Point.
And so stable there, able to keep that paddle out in front of him.
3-1.
Backhand reset, really the difference here so far.
Side out. One three. Foot fault, left foot.
Oh, foot fault called on Ben Johns despite a feisty angle there on that forehand. And on that backhand roll, by the way, Colin Johns on a podcast this week with the Dink saying he trained that because there was a bookshelf in their way when playing ping pong together in the basement on that left side. So he would gain a lot more leverage by taking it early on the backhand. So credits ping pong for that development of the roll.
I need to put a bookshelf on a pickleball court, and then I'll be all right.
Exactly.
Side out. Two three. Point.
Just deep, but to pay off that point, Colin said that usually Ben was stuck on the side with the bookshelf on it because he was the younger brother, so he couldn't move to his left.
Side out.
And that's what, and then the backhand roll was born.
So he couldn't move to the left to move around and hit a forehand, so he had to stay there to hit the backhand. Makes sense.
3-3. Side out.
Jay Dowd doing a much better job controlling these drops, controlling the kitchen line.
3-3. Point.
And the infamous backhand flick of J.W. Johnson.
Patented flick.
It's like, hey, guys, enough of that ping pong talk. Look at me. So good from J.W. Johnson.
Point.
And to control the footwork, too, to be able to stay balanced, not fall into the kitchen. As you can see, both guys very strong in the lower body.
Love to know the development of that backhand flick for J.W. Johnson. The story is there. Oh, feathery drop from Ben Johns. A lot of deception, too. Down 2. Now you think back to that ball he played that was out.
Yeah.
How that might have impacted the momentum on his side. Great points, though, from J.W. Johnson. just deep.
Point. Four, 5. Point.
Great hold there from Ben. Cat and mouse, full display there. That's where the point before, I think J.W. Johnson's going to kick himself for giving easy points away.
Side out. Five. Point. 6-5.
And a 2-point lead for J.W. Johnson. Looking to force this one into 3, and a rare timeout called by Ben Johns.
An all-time high. Has to be very controlled with the body.
Side out. Five, 7. Side out. Seven, 5.
Oh, great point, both sides. Ben Johns gets away with it in the backhand opening.
That's not a point that Ben Johns can lose too often. At some point there, J-Dub, you got to be like, all right, I need to save my legs. No point to just chase that ball all around.
Point.
Deep on the return. Ben Johns crawls back within 1.
6, 7.
What a shot from J.W. Johnson, right from the hip, pulls the trigger.
Yeah. Great head fake, but also just kept that ball so low.
So here's the perfect contrast between tennis players transitioning to pickleball and J.W. Johnson. No swing, but so much power. Just missed that one wide. You talked a lot about that this morning.
Yeah, and he came up and was square. Even if Ben had gotten that ball back, he's there ready for the next one. Square shoulders.
All SWAT team from J.W. Johnson at the kitchen.
Really smart there. Some balls just go right at the opponent. There he just handcuffed Ben and was ready for the reply.
7-6. Side out.
Into the net goes J.W. Johnson. No points. Serve surrendered back over to Ben. Quarterfinals are almost all set for the men's singles draw. Bottom portion of the draw still to be determined. Colin Schick getting a 2-game win over Gabe Joseph, 12-10 in game 2. Score that one.
Point.
And now we await the verdict of the Dylan Frazier-Julian Arnold matchup taking place right now on court 4. Keep you updated on that.
Side
out. No, missed serve from Ben.
Yeah, there's been some amazing play on both sides and definitely some sloppy play both guys would want back. Missed serves, missed returns.
7-7.
Wow.
Side out.
That is unbelievable footwork. Just the control of the body. Stays so low. That ball's moving away from him and he's just able to stay grounded.
Point. 8-7. Point.
Again, Ben going after big serves there.
9-7.
Another evolution in the game, guys going after bigger serves, especially in singles.
Point.
Just back on the return for JW Johnson off another big serve from Ben Johns, and a match point for the world number 1.
10-7. Side out.
Wide on the third, looking for the backhand side of JW Johnson, who is looking to survive and stay in this match.
7-10. Point. $8-10.
Ben telling himself to stay up there.
And ATP buried by JW Johnson, back within 1 and a chance to tie it in game 2.
9-10.
Oh, so
Side out.
close. Had the
Match
wide
point.
open line. Another match point for Ben Johns.
A little too fancy there.
I love the mentality, though, to go
10-9.
right at the body of Ben on the attack. Missed third
Side out.
again to the backhand side. Once again.
2 match points, 2 missed third shot drops. Not making JW even play there. He's got to be kicking himself.
9-10. Side out.
Missed opportunity
Match
there
point.
for JW Johnson. Wind certainly becoming a factor here late in game 2 as well. And another match point, number 3 for Ben Johns.
10-9.
If he misses 3 thirds in a row, I'd be shocked.
Still going to go to the backhand. We'll see. Nope. Chose to drove
Side
it.
out.
3 in a row. Are you shocked?
I am flabbergasted.
9-10.
J-Dub with another chance to tie it. And he will, right to the corner, tie game.
Great forehand there from J-Dub. He's been misfiring on that most of the day, but
10-10.
when he needed it, it's there.
Oh,
Side out.
missed into the net. Side out for Ben.
Yeah, the margin on the JW Johnson forehand's razor thin.
10-10.
So much flick, but really so close to that net cord every time.
Side
Oh
out.
my, a 4th missed third in a row for Ben Johns. What is going on his side?
If only we
10-10.
knew.
Oh, wow. At the last second,
Side out.
Ben deflects it right to the side of JW Johnson, who was full speed ahead.
Definitely got away with a point there. Left that one in the middle,
10-10.
Right.
sitting a little bit.
All right. Eye on the third here. Oh, my.
Side out.
5 missed thirds in a row. What would you suggest? Just
Make it
make it to where? Just anywhere.
anywhere. I mean, obviously,
Anywhere.
his
Chip it.
his best shot's probably the 4th quadrant. That's safe.
Again, went
Side
right
out.
back to JW Johnson, and the
Timeout server,
return
10-10,
deep.
1 minute.
He's keeping those returns deep, too,
Time in.
despite a big serve
10-10.
from Ben. Back into the cat mouse, and JW Johnson was all over it.
Yeah, there's only so many times you're going to be able to put a ball to JW's forehand and get out of that
10-10.
alive.
Just
Side out.
long and a missed chance to take the lead. And a game point for J-Dub. Ben Johns will try to
10-10.
get off this 10. It's been stuck here for a while.
point.
He'll get off
Match
it.
point.
And match point. J.W. Johnson letting him off the hook. The missed return.
11-10.
Another
Point
missed
game match,
return,
12-10.
and Ben Johns will get out the door in 2, despite a bit of struggle there at the end of game 2.
Yeah,